Before the war, Veronica Lake's one-eyed hairdo established a style that swept the feminine face of the country. Veronica's witch lock received the stamp of approval from young girls the country over. In a changing world, however, a change of hairstyle was indicated. Not bad on a dance floor, perhaps, but this Lake's eye view is entirely out of place in a war production plant. Valuable time is lost on a futile gesture. Uncontrolled hair will never stay in place. The operator is exposed to the constant threat of hair caught in the machine. In addition, the rhythm of precision work can be seriously upset, resulting in faulty work. Miss Lake has now decided to put glamour in its proper wartime place and face the world with both eyes in the clear. Her hair is out of the way, combed in a simple but becoming fashion. And girls all over the country who are taking up war jobs are following her lead once again. In fact, they're going Miss Lake one better by covering their hair completely with safety caps. A cap protects the scalp from machine injuries and shields the hair from grease, dust, and soot. There is no one style of clothing for women war workers. The most practical outfit is the best. Streamlined, action-free, with a minimum of pockets, buttons, braid, or gadgets. Industrial fashions are the new note, setting the style for a war way of life.
American factories are busy making rifles. Most war jobs call for teamwork. This man makes one part of the rifle, this man another. And the third part is made by this man. With all three men on the job, the completed rifle gets to the soldier on time. If number one man is on the job, but number two man is absent, then number three's parts pile up, as do number one's parts. Assembling the rifle isn't possible. The soldier is kept waiting too long. That's why our war workers consider themselves part of a team and are on the job every day making weapons for American fighting men. These are the children of America, the real wealth of the nation. As more and more women go into our factories, the problem of caring for these children is studied by local communities as well as state and federal officials.
I'm an aircraft riveter and my husband's in the Army, so there's no one to take care of our two children. I've been to lots of nurseries, but they all have long waiting lists. I've tried to get someone in to help, but you know, they avoid homes with children. My aunt's taking care of them now, but she has to go home in a few weeks.
We have always had some neglected children, but their number has been increased by the inevitable dislocations of war. These cases are not typical. Children left in parked cars or in motion picture theaters. Or locked up in flats. Admittedly, the normal home is the only place for the normal child. Juvenile delinquency existed before the war. Children left to themselves to roam city streets become a community problem.
As a judge in the children's court, I see that delinquency is on the increase here, as it is in every country at war. Destruction, death, insecurity abroad. affect the lives of our children here. We must therefore now, more than ever before, see that every child has a full opportunity for education and the use of leisure time. We are fighting this war for our children. It is they who will build the future.
Conditions vary throughout the country. Therefore, it is the local community which can best plan for the care of its children. Providing entertaining and healthful occupations for the after-school hours is part of this plan. Boys and girls are taken off the streets, their energies diverted to useful training and healthful games. To some of our war workers and their children, trailer camps represent home. Here, too, nurseries have been established. For children under school age, many communities have found the answer in all-day care. These can be provided by nurseries conveniently located, where mothers on their way to factories can leave their children and pick them up on their way home.
We need more women, volunteer and professional, to take care of our children. We need equipment too, blocks, beds, books, and food. We must take care of the children of our women at work.
It's no easy job learning how to take care of children, and it isn't something you can do overnight. And it has no glamour appeal, but it's a tremendously important and necessary job. We cannot let our children become casualties of war.
As part of the softening up of Germany, the British Bomber Command launched a 1,000-plane raid on the North Seaport of Bremen on the night of June 26, 1942. For several days preceding the raid, an increasing number of four-motored Halifaxes, Sterlings, and Lancasters were flown in each day to every airfield to receive final checkups. Thousands of gallons of fuel were taken aboard. Thousands of tons of bombs were hoisted up into the bellies of the planes. Emergency rations, tin juices, clips of cartridges, as well as homing pigeons are regular equipment. A disabled plane releases a pigeon to report its location.
Tonight's objective is of equal import, not only to the enemy's schemes of conquest, but also to his ability even to defend himself against the final wrath of the United Nations. Lubeck, Rostock, Cologne, Emden, the score mounts. Next on your list is the target for tonight. The eyes of the world are on it and on you, whilst the enemy wildly apprehends. You now know precisely the next item on that list. Cross it off.
As the spring night closes in, the men pile out of the ready room and into the buses that will take them to the field. As far as is humanly possible, the men and the machines have been prepared for any eventuality. Pilots, bombardiers, radio men, navigators are all veterans of many other operations. The bombers have been designed for night flying, to take advantage of darkness and clouds for protection, rather than on the heavy armament of our American flying fortresses. From 8 to 10 tons of bombs are carried in the bomb bays of each plane. Experience has proved that the sheer weight of 1,000 planes over a target, no matter how heavily defended, can saturate those defenses, and that the mutual protection afforded each plane by its neighbors effectively cuts down the losses. Planes are taking off at the same time from dozens of widely dispersed fields all over England. They must arrive over the objective exactly at the appointed minute. Within 75 minutes, the 1,000 planes made their bombing runs over Bremen, an average of 14 planes a minute. Because of the great height from which the film was taken, each blazing fire appears only as a pinprick of light on the screen. One by one, the planes came home in the dawn. 5% failed to return from the raid. With the United States Army Air Force taking over the high-flying, precision daylight bombing, and the Royal Air Force the heavy, slugging night raids, Germany's ports, transportation system, and industrial centers are receiving a thorough, round-the-clock punishment that is playing an increasingly important part in the whole United Nations offensive against the Axis.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. At them, boys, give her the gun. Give her the gun now. Down we drive, spouting our flames from under. Off with one.